No, pump it up. You got to pump it up, 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 Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
That meme never gets old. I've seen it so many times, but like when the market is pumping, as it is just the best thing.
It is. But the real question is this a real pump or are we going to go back down? That's what we're going to talk about today.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I'm your host, Matt Battieri, here again with you today with my co-host, with Sim Debussy. How are you, my friend?
I'm outstanding. It's been a great start to the week. It's been a great start to the year, actually. 2023 is looking really, really good from where I'm sitting. So, yeah, I've been good.
Market's good. I think the market's going to be good for the first half of the year. And then, probably second half, we have that secondary bear market that we tend to have during every bear run. Yeah, where everyone thinks this is the bottom. And look, it is a major bottom, but it doesn't mean that we can't create a new lower low. But things are very good for the bulls. And if you're a hodler, which hopefully you are like Wasim and I, then you're laughing. You're laughing. This last 2 weeks has been absolutely amazing. We've added about 300 billion to the market cap. So things are looking good.
Yeah. Now, and how are the mirrored portfolios going? You've been trading those?
Yeah, things are good. We actually bought the bottom. We actually got the bottom. We DCA'd in at 15,500. I was online at the time. It was like 6, 7 a.m. And I had a good feeling, not that I thought it was the bottom because I didn't go all in, but we had another 20% to our portfolio. So that was really good. Perfect. But we still have a bit of dry powder. As I said, we haven't yet made a macro higher high. We need a weekly close above 21,400. But hey, things are looking good. Things are looking really good. If Bitcoin can close this week above 20,000, that is still very positive, and hopefully that becomes a higher low from the lows that we made over the last month. But before we dive into things, just completely off topic, if you are a cashew nut fan, these cashew nuts from Aldi, they're cashew and pepper. They're absolute salt and pepper cashews. I think you only get them at Aldi, but they're Forester's brand. Absolutely amazing. Like, I'm not a chili person, but the bite that you get from the pepper, man, those cashews, I smash a packet. They're really good. So, completely off topic. This is now a food channel. Welcome to Bitcoin and Food.
Did Aldi pay you to do that endorsement, or what's going on there?
No, they didn't. But funnily enough, I used to actually train the CEO of Aldi Australia. So,
oh wow,
yep. Shout out to Andrew if you're watching. I don't think he's watching, but absolute legend of a man, and really good guy.
Nice. Maybe you should reach out to him. We can do an Aldi segment every week if they're willing to.
Maybe. G'day, Dennis. Thanks for checking us out. Cashews are great. Send me to China Doll. All right, let's get started with the first news article of the day. Wasim, take us away.
All right, now
let me eat my cashews whilst you're doing this.
Yeah, you do that, man, because I think I'm about to go on a rant after this article. So, India's central bank governor calls crypto gambling and asks for a blanket ban again. So, this guy, what's his name again? His name is, I can't even say, Shakitul Kanta Das.
Shakti Kanta Das, yeah.
Yes. He is saying cryptocurrencies don't have intrinsic value and their perceived value is nothing but make-believe. He said cryptos are not even tulip, alluding to the well-known Dutch tulip mania blow up in the early part of the past century. Every asset, every financial product has to have some underlying value, but in the case of crypto, there is no underlying value, not even a tulip, and the increase in the market price of crypto is based on make-believe. Das added that the crypto is 100% speculative, or to put it bluntly, is gambling. He then argued that since gambling is banned in India, crypto should also not be allowed, or the government should lay the rules down for gambling. He said, "Please believe me." He then goes on to say that the Reserve Bank of India should ban crypto as they pose a threat to the central banks, which is exactly what we want, right? That said, noting that if cryptos gain mainstream adoption, they would impact central banks' ability to decide on monetary policy, or maybe the banks should stop printing money and we won't be in this problem. So then he goes on to say, please believe me, these are not empty alarm signals. 1 year ago, the Reserve Bank, which said the whole thing is likely to collapse sooner or later, and if you see developments over the last year, climaxing the FTX episode, I think I don't need to add anything more. Now, we all know that the whole FTX saga was human error and human greed. It had nothing to do with crypto. Because on the other hand, he expressed his support for central bank digital currencies and is calling it the future of money, because they just want to control people. As reported, India has started a pilot program. Despite the push for CBDCs, the RBA has long maintained a harsh stance against digital currencies, arguing that the nascent asset class has no underlying value. The central bank has consistently warned investors and governments against crypto, citing volatility as well as risk of fraud and scam. Now, also goes on to say that because India now holds the G20 presidency, they plan to use this opportunity to coordinate global crypto regulation. As reported, India's Federal Economic Affairs Secretary Ajay Seth said in December last year that the G20 countries will study the implication of cryptocurrencies for the economy, monetary policy, and banking sector in order to inform policy consensus. Now, here's my take on this article. First of all, he's 100% correct. Cryptos do pose a threat to the traditional financial system. They pose a threat to central banks, because what central banks do is they print money, they devalue money, as we've seen in so many countries around the world. If you look at inflation, Zimbabwe 268% last year, Lebanon 168%, Venezuela was like something like 89%, Turkey was like 86%. Inflation is rampant, and this is because of the money printing of these governments. Then he goes on that he wants to bring in CBDC. So he's actually laid out his agenda. He wants to push people away from a secure, decentralized system like Bitcoin, where people have control over their own assets and over their own wealth and have sovereignty over their own wealth, and they want to move to a CBDC, which is a government-controlled and government-programmed money where they can tax you, they can lock you out of the system, they can sanction their own people, as we've seen in Canada and so forth. So, this article really got under my skin when I was reading it, and I just needed to put my two satoshis in and why this guy is an absolute idiot and does not understand what's going on.
Well said, mate. I won't add it anymore because you've already gone into overtime.
Come on, bro. Put in your opinion. I want to let the people know what you think of this.
Yeah,
guy.
Look, obviously, when you first of all, if you don't know what the tulip mania is, please research it. One of the most phenomenal things about market crashes back in the 1700s or 1800s, I think. But one of the first, anyway, it's really good. I don't want to ruin it. The second thing is, I think that, like China, it's always going to be a love-hate relationship. It's going to be so much toing and froing. So this is just a FUD article during the midst of a bear market. This is going to change when it's a bull market. They're going to reintroduce it. They'll make taxes, blah, blah, blah. So heard it all before. I know. I've heard this, I've seen this movie too many times.
Fair enough. All right,
All
let's
right,
move on.
next we have US lawmakers create Congress' first ever digital assets subcommittee. So the US Congress sorted this out between themselves as part of the House of Financial Services Committee. So the subcommittee led by Congressman French Hill will focus on creating a regulatory framework for digital assets that protects consumers and investors while promoting innovation in the fintech industry. So the subcommittee tasks include providing clear rules for federal regulators, developing policies that promote fintech in underserved communities, and identifying best practices and policies to strengthen diversity and inclusion in the digital asset ecosystem. So the subcommittee is the first of its kind in the US Congress. Do you want to say anything on that, or do you want to move on?
No, look, I think, this is obviously, we knew this is happening. We knew this is coming. I mean, this guy seems, I don't know much about this guy, but he does seem to be quite positive towards blockchain technology. So let's see what kind of reform, what kind of regulation comes after what happened with FTX last year. We're right now sitting tight to see the regulation. That's probably one of the things that make me uneasy about the crypto market right now, is to see what governments are going to do with DeFi and the like.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Now, next up, Binance and Huobi team to recover $2.5 million from Harmony One hacker. So in a recent tweet, on-chain crypto detective Zach XBT said that the hackers had moved $64 million over the weekend, and the hackers were the infamous North Korean, what are they called again? The North Korean Lazarus Group. So they hacked Harmony, and they've been trying to get their funds out through exchanges, and they already tried through Binance, and Binance already froze their account and recovered the funds. Then they tried to do it through Huobi. Binance saw it. They contacted Huobi and told them this is happening. They also froze the account, and their CZ comes online and says that they are they're protecting DeFi through CeFi. Look, I mean, my opinion is obviously when you have reputable exchanges, and Binance has shown itself to be a reputable exchange, we have nothing against Binance. We've seen that they've done the right thing by users throughout the bear market, and they're doing the right thing by people who are getting hacked and swindled and scammed. So well done, CZ. Well done, Huobi, on protecting the people from these hackers and scammers, because we've got to get rid of the bad actors. That's what gives people like, the Indian Reserve Bank, chief of Reserve Bank over there, gives them ammunition against us. So the more we get rid of these people, the cleaner this ecosystem is, the more adoption we're going to get.
Yeah, I agree. Look, because this all happened on a centralized exchange, they're all bearing arms for each other so they can win back the public. Because remember, centralized exchanges right now are not looking good because of the FTX drama. But the other benefit of being on a centralized exchange is, I'm assuming a lot of these people have insurance, and when they have insurance, it means you as a investor can get your money back. We really like DeFi here at Breakout Solutions. We have a lot of projects on DeFi that we invest in, but it is a high risk because there's no central controlling entity that's going to save us when there's a rug pull. When there's a rug pull, if someone from the US tries to find who that person is, they might have it, but we together, it's going to be very difficult for people in Australia to create a class action against someone, especially in DeFi where a lot of people don't like to be vetted. And you just don't know who you're investing your money with sometimes. So it can be very, very dangerous. And that's why we always say, not your keys, not your wallet. Make sure you always take any type of crypto that you have on exchanges off there unless you're trading with them.
100%. And also always do your own research before investing into any DeFi protocol. And this is where you need, good research team and people who know what they're doing. So, if you want to find out more how to get into DeFi, because it is the future of finance, reach out to us and let's have a chat.
Yeah. So for today, we're having a bit of a pullback. If you watched my live stream yesterday, I do expect that Bitcoin to have a bit of a pullback. It's a bit overextended. It's exactly what you don't want to buy into. This is what's called a FOMO pump. Let me just bring it up here. We've had a really big rally of 28% since the 30th of December. So in 2 weeks, Bitcoin has literally gone up 32%. This is where a lot of people during a bull market, they get sucked in. They get sucked into the FOMO, so they buy these pumps. And that's why you have a lot of people always telling you, hey, buy the dip. Because right now, even though we may possibly go higher, I don't think we will, but it's less likely that we go up than come back down and cool off for a bit. So right now is not a good time to sort of get into the market. Even if we do blast through, it just means that we're going to be more parabolic. And the faster we rise, the harder and faster we fall. So trust me on that. If we don't set some grounds, if we don't, create some support, or if we don't break through resistance and recreate that as support, then we have no support on the way up, which means on the way down. That's why we have that free fall. So we need to cool off. We need to trade sideways, build some support, break through, and then that can become support. But right now, this is an overheated market. A lot of indicators show that. So now is not a time to get into the market. You've kind of missed it. I've been telling you, if you've been watching my live streams, that I saw a reversal in the market for the last month now. And it took a little bit of time to play out because we're in this $500 range for so long. So right now, I can see that people are taking profits. It's a good time to take profits because we're technically still in a bear market until we create a higher low. And don't get greedy out there.
That's it. Awesome. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got the coin 360. As we can see, a lot of the Bitcoin is pumping. It's up 50.5% over the past 24 hours. Ethereum is going sideways. BNB has come back a little bit, but we've seen a lot of green in the market right now and some red. So interesting times ahead. And next thing up is our fear and greed index.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it go one.
It's been about a year since we've seen it in this color, I'd say. So guys, take a screenshot of this because it doesn't happen very often. Obviously, we're in the deep green. We're in the midst of a bull market, but this is, we're in a good recovery mode. So it's been a long time since I've seen 51 or anything that's not dark red. So it's definitely some good news.
Yeah, so definitely people are starting to get more enthusiastic. I mean, look, one of the things I was watching this morning or listening to this morning is talking about this pump has been predominantly retail investors on the back of the CPI index that came out last week. Institutional investors have not come back into the market, so they're still on the sidelines. So as Maddie said, chances are, we haven't seen, we will have a pullback again. And I think it's going to be a choppy year. It's going to be an exciting, interesting year for those that are going to pay attention. And we're seeing this already. I mean, the viewers are coming back. People are watching the shows again. People get excited when there's a pump. But it's when the things are down is when you really got to be in the market and playing the game.
Yeah. All right, we have a first tweet by Michael Goggle breaking because it's new and smart. Check out the Twitter feature and integration with Robinhood and TradingView. If you click on a ticker or search for a stock or crypto, NFTs or collectibles soon, NFTs and collectibles soon, ? Twitter will give you price chart and click through. That's pretty cool. So all you need to do is do a $, put the ticker, and I guess it'll come up. We're not going to try it now, but if you're on Twitter, then you should go check it out.
All right. Well, look at this. My account just got locked while we were live on Facebook. So we just centralization. Someone's reported us. Yeah, to protect. I was seeing all these messages come through.
Yeah.
And
fake
your
news.
account.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
I'll have to check this out after this. So, guys, we're still on YouTube, so make sure you follow us there. All right, moving over to Twitter.
Yeah, we're on Twitter. It's yours. It's your tweet.
All right, man. So next up, so I got distracted by all the bloody messages that just popped up on my screen with my account on Facebook getting locked. So we've got El Capo of crypto. So he's talking about the market is bouncing more than expected. That is a certainty now. Is this a bearish scenario? Is the bearish scenario invalidated? I'm going to explain why. I think new lows are still likely. So he goes on to talk about the high time frame. Goes, Bitcoin is still testing major resistance. Weekly close will be key, but there's no bullish confirmation yet. There's also this is also clear on Ethereum. Total, and others. So he goes on to show that Ethereum and others are still, there's still weakness in the bullish momentum. He goes on to speak about the SPX keep forming lower highs all the time, and earnings session is expected to be bad. Basically, he talks about that he still believes that this is like a dead cat bounce, and he sees that sentiment is not euphoric by the bulls. He also talked about that there's not enough coming through, and his conclusion is that 12K is still likely in his opinion. So let's see what happens moving forward.
Yep. All right, last one by Nate Roller. This is absolute insanity. I'm so excited for the future. Now imagine this, but in 3D, you can control your environment with just a wave of your hand. It's coming. So, yeah, I think in the future, we're definitely going to be having, oh my God, sorry, I got a cramp in my arm. We're going to be having sort of chips in our hands to pay for things. 3D AI is just going to get more and more powerful. It's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, look, we've been talking about AI and something that we're really looking at our business. If you are a business owner, you need to look at AI and how it's going to affect your business. There's so many things happening now. Even with this, I just send this to our graphic and video editor, because you can actually create a video just by writing a story. If you open up that video, it actually shows you what are the command prompts that they put into this AI to actually make that video right there. So very, very exciting days. And very excited to see what's going to happen in the future with AI.
Yeah. Alrighty, over to the adoption highlights, my friend. Go for it.
Cool. Okay, so one of the largest US colleges has begun teaching students about Bitcoin. The professor said programming Bitcoin course will follow the first Bitcoin course where students will learn how to build a Bitcoin library from scratch. So this is going to be in Texas at the Texas A&M, and it's going to be available at the United States College, where over 74,000 students attend. And this announcement came out on the 13th of January, where Professor Kodok Ray of Mays Business School at Texas said that he'll be teaching the first Bitcoin protocol during this spring. This is something that he's been working on for a while. He's finally got approved through the administration, and they're really, this is what we're talking about. El Salvador has been teaching Bitcoin to school students, and now America is catching on.
Yeah, Texas A&M, really good school for NFL. If you're an NFL fan, it's where Johnny Manziel used to go. And look, now that it's getting adopted into university courses, well, blockchain technology is not going anywhere. So if anyone's ever like, oh, what if the internet shuts down? Well, if the internet shuts down, the world's over in a way these days. But right now, I think we're having evolution in, what the younger generation are thinking about blockchain, because it interests them. So I think it's great that we're now offering stuff in college and universities.
I agree.
Alrighty, next we do have Bitcoin transactions without smartphones, how Machakura's wallet makes this possible. So this is a great story, actually. I really think this is awesome. So a digital wallet called Machakura allows users in several African countries, including Nigeria, Tanzania, South Africa, and Kenya, to send and receive Bitcoin without a smartphone or internet connection. Now, having gone to Africa, I know that they're still using like the Nokia 3210s, like really small phones that still play Snake on it, and not a lot of them have smartphones. So this is really good. So the service uses the Lightning Network for instant inexpensive Bitcoin transactions, and can be accessed via cheap feature phone by dialing a country code and entering a PIN. So the service also uses personalized Lightning addresses, which are shorter than standardized Lightning invoice addresses and are the length of a typical email handle. So this makes it easy to enter on feature phones, and Machenkura has integrated services such as BitRefill and Azteco, which allow users to spend their Bitcoin on regular items or redeem coupons for Bitcoin once they have Bitcoin in their wallet. So this is really good, even though, we've had smartphones around for it seems like forever. I think 15 years now, something crazy. I don't know how many iPhones there are, but basically, in Africa, they still don't have access. A lot of them still don't have access to smartphones. So for them to still get integrated and can join the network and still, accept Bitcoin and pay for Bitcoin, but using just an analog phone or whatever they're called these days. That's it's really good. It's a big step into the future.
Yeah, look, I think this is such a big move, especially for a country like Africa. If you're on Twitter and you're seeing all the crypto adoption in Africa, it is actually huge. Like we know with Nigeria, even though the government is against crypto and they've kind of banned crypto, people are still using it to trade and exchange and as a medium of exchange. And more people in Africa now are using, even school kids are going to buy things. I've seen videos of school kids buying things with Bitcoin in Africa. The adoption in Africa is absolutely crazy, guys. I be so excited to see what's going to come out of there.
All right. Last one.
Last but not least, McDonald's is now to party in the metaverse using artificial intelligence. So McDonald's ramping up its effort to appeal to a younger generation of consumers and diversify its consumer base by featuring a variety of digital and physical components commemorating the Lunar New Year. So the fast food giant partnered with a Chinese YouTuber called Karen X Chang, whose videos have garnered more than 500 million views. And they tied up with using McDonald's using Chang's video to promote the restaurant's products. So they're creating a party online for the Lunar New Year where there will be things like cooking competitions, people can change their hair, can do a whole bunch of stuff on there. And it's all about how they're looking at attracting more and more of the younger users and those that are using the metaverse to attract them to their businesses. So exciting stuff happening there with McDonald's. Now, obviously, I'm not an advocate of McDonald's. McDonald's is bad for you. It's one of the worst.
I'm an advocate of McDonald's. They also sponsor me along with Aldi.
There you go.
A triple cheeseburger is my choice.
Oh, fair enough. There you go. We're gonna get Matty to do his food reviews through. Yeah, we might attract more viewers that way. What do you reckon?
My metabolism is so crazy. I have been picking out on all sorts of things lately because I've lost so much weight working outdoors. And I'm like 73 kilos now. I was 80 kilos like this time last year. It's just coming off me. I can't get enough calories in.
Fair enough.
All right, guys, that's it for another episode of DC Livestream. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications if this is your first time here. We come live each and every single day, Monday to Friday, and educational content on Saturday and Sunday. But that's it from us. Thank you once again, and we'll catch you tomorrow for the altcoin technical analysis video. I will probably do part 2 of finding the next 1000x gem. So come and join me on tomorrow's live stream. Let's see if we can find some low cap market coins that are going to make us rich for the next bull run.
Perfect. And on Thursday, I've got Andre Huffman coming onto the live stream. Well, we're going to talk about wealth identity, wealth and your relationship with money and so forth. So come and join us Thursday at 5 p.m. for an exclusive interview with Andre.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.